Hey everybody, well, I've done some stuff today. I've managed to get the leg shield back on and the horn cast. Had a bit of a nightmare with the horn cast. It was rubbing on the top, around the top here for some reason. I think it's because I hadn't done it up fully there. I managed to get the mudguard on, but it's not fully on yet. What do we think of the colour? It's got a polish up and everything yet. I'm quite happy with the colour. Inside the leg shield, just trying to get these back on. They're an absolute nightmare. Hate them. And then I've got to take these back leg supports, feet supports, whatever you want to call them, off, because where I've had to change paints and stuff, not being able to get hold of paint during the lockdown and what have you, it's been an absolute nightmare. It's come out a slightly darker colour, purely and simply because I used a different undercoat from a different company and it was slightly darker, which has affected it. So anyway, getting there. I've redone the side panels. There's still a few marks in them where I was having issues with masking tape and paint and weather and Christ knows what else. After that, the only bits that will be left is this here, which I know, to be perfectly honest, you're supposed to strip the whole engine out and all the rest of it, but I'm not going to. I'm going to take the seat off. I'm going to mask all of this off in here and under there, and I'm just going to whap it over quickly. I have had a few issues with sort of few marks in here. Got a few ripples in it. I wanted some ripples to represent the flag system, but not as many as I got, to be honest with you, so I may have to just take that back a little bit and whap a little bit of filler in there to get that right. Yeah, a few little scratches, bumps and knocks, trying to get it back together. Has been a bit of a nightmare, I will say that. Stripping it down was a nightmare, putting it back together is a bigger nightmare. You end up scratching the work you've done and knocking it and Christ knows what else. But I've got to the point now where I just want to get it back together. I want to get these back footrests taken off and repainted, because the paint is darker, it's come out darker. Mind you saying that, looking at, yeah, I don't know if you can tell, this is a bit dirty at the minute. It's come out darker, and that's purely and simply because the undercoat I used was a different brand, because I couldn't get the one I wanted at the time. But we are getting there. This will be easy enough to take this little door off. That's got to be bent back into position, that little door, because it's up too high for some reason. So I think the hinge has either moved or whatever. We'll sort that out. I'm not going to take all these off and repaint them. The engine cover, to be really honest with you, I painted that by hand. I couldn't be asked to strip the whole fucking bike down, so I just painted that by hand. It's dirty, it's dusty at the moment, but that'll be alright. I don't want to take all these out. It's just an absolute pain in the arse to do it. Even the back mudguard, I've just touched that up, to be honest with you, by hand. It can wait until next year now for the full Monty. I'll strip it down again next year properly and give it a full Monty. I've got a few white bits on the back, the tail light cover and that to be done. They can be taken off. That's alright, because when I'm doing this bit, I'll strip all that out and do all that at the same time. But as I said, the worst thing has been not so much getting hold of paint. I've wasted a lot of paint purely simply where I tried to do the side panels with the flag on. I had a real big issue with a batch of masking tape I bought. The glue had gone off or whatever, and it caused me some real aggro. But yeah, it will be done at a later date. This is going to be done to match this colour here. As I said, it is the primer to get the same colour as all this. You've got to use a certain primer. Had issues with that one over there today. It fell over on me. Purely simply, I was putting one of these springs back on and the bolt snapped here on this, so I had to rob one off of there. That's going to be another issue because I've got the clutch to do on that, the kickstart positioner. I've got to get a gasket for it, obviously, and now I've got to get a few other bits and pieces. And yes, it looks like a bouncy castle at the moment. The wind has got up something terrible. I'm just going to try and sort that out in a minute with a bungee strap. But yeah, back to the SX. We're getting there. I have had some real issues with certain bits and pieces. Never having stripped one of these down before in my life, not the whole regalia anyway, it's been a real experience. Especially these little things are an absolute nightmare. There's more nuts and bolts than you care to mention. I am actually trying to. I think we've got an issue. We have an issue. Something has snapped there, so we'll have to. It's one thing after another today. It's been a real pain. So I'm going to have to wash that or something. Because I don't have any more of those. I wish I did, but I don't. Yeah, the problem is you're dealing with stuff that is so old. You know, most of the bits and pieces on this are 50-year-old or more. And I have had some things shear and snap and what have you on me today, but I'm getting round it slowly but surely. But that's going to be a pain, that is. Unfortunately, that is going to be a real pain. But maybe I can pick one up from somewhere. Where I do not know. I said we're still in the lockdown. Also, you know, you can order stuff offline, but it takes so long to get here. Local shops, there is one. I may be able to get a few bits and pieces that I want, but he's not been opening properly or fully, which I can understand. But yeah, anyway, it is what it is. I am getting there. It has been quite trying. As I said, I've never taken one of these leg shields off in my life, and that was an absolute nightmare. And the weather, people think it's absolutely brilliant when the sun's out to do this sort of work. No, it's not always the case, because it can dry paint out too quickly. The heat can be intense on the actual paint and cause issues with it bubbling and what have you. Because I don't have the luxuries of a nice workshop, I just work outside most of the time. But yeah, we are getting there. As I said, back feet shields, back feet rests, take them off again and respray those, which is not an issue. I've got the paint for that. Then I can start on this black spine. which, yes, it should have all been stripped down, nut and bolt job and done, but I didn't want to go that far. But it's turning out I've gone a lot further than what I anticipated anyway. And then it will be take the wheels off, paint those. They're easy to do. I've done millions of those. Very easy to do actually, but nearly there. And yes, I have got a few scuffs and a few marks that I'm not happy about, but I am not a professional. I just do this for the love. But today I was not loving it. It was very difficult today in these circumstances. Getting the time as well to do stuff in between shit is very difficult. But anyway, that's yours. Getting there. Hopefully it'll be finished soon. I hope you guys like it. So, I'd say this is annoying me, the different colour in there. It doesn't show up so much on the camera, but there is a definite different colour, and I'm colourblind and I can see that. So anyway, okay, I'll say bye for now guys, because this is quite a long video. And then I've got a runner up. She hasn't been run up for a while. Get these rubbers. I don't know if any of you guys out there have had issues with these rubbers, getting these back in. Absolute nightmare, hate them. But yeah, okay, I'll say bye for now. Bye.